Yo, let's go, let's go, let's go. What's going on, guys? It's a new night. It's a new night in Knicks Tank. Knicks Tank history. What's going on, fellas? This is post-game live. No CP today. CP's out there. He's actually at the game. He might have did his own little separate post-game. But now you're here with me, Jay Ellis, doing our own separate post-game live. It's the Jay Ellis takeover today. Let's get ready to talk about this game. It's a tough, tough loss. Or great loss, depending on how you looking at it. Post-game live. Jay Ellis takeover, KOT show. Let's get it.
Knicks Fan TV. Y'all watching Knicks Fan TV.
All right, bro.
Yo, what's going on, man? All y'all, whoever's out there rocking with me, thank you for rocking with me in the KOT show and the post-game live. What's going on, man, Knicks fans? Knicks lose 114-107 to the Hawks. Now, I know all of you are thinking, it's the goddamn Hawks. How did we lose to the Hawks out of all people? But they found a way, man. Trae Young really didn't do anything in the first half. The first half was all Knicks. It was looking great. Knox missed the first quarter, did a lot of his damage in that first quarter. 17 points in the first quarter. But he could not keep that together. We ended up trying to rely on Moutier, who gave you 30-plus points for the fifth time. 30-plus points. He battled Trae Young. I'm sorry, I get all these Traes mixed up. What's going on, CH? Thanks for rocking with me in post-game live. Emmanuel Moutier did his best, but it was not enough. The Knicks defense faltered. First of all, let me tell you this. The Knicks defense really didn't falter. The Knicks defense wasn't really there the whole game. And you kind of saw the Knicks were in trouble because no matter how good the Knicks were playing in that first half, they really couldn't sustain it. And you saw it. You saw it from the jump how the Knicks really couldn't sustain that level of play. Now, Knox played great. Knox finished with 24 points, 6 rebounds. And he had a nice little assist on a fast break. He looked really comfortable in the open court. You can really see what Knox is going to be. You can really see what Knox is going to be. Even the defensive end. On the defensive end, you saw that Knox was actually putting together some effort, man. Some effort plays. And you know what? Let me show you something. Let me hit this Let me show you some stats very quickly. But yeah, even early you saw that Knox wasn't working out. It really wasn't. And you hope he can figure that out later on. You hope that at some point Knox can withstand a whole game of that type of play. Because you know what? He was working fast. He was working hard. He's playing good on both ends. But I really feel like Knox really couldn't hold it up mentally and physically. And that might be the problem with Knox. We already know coming into this league, Knox had a problem with his motor. And as far as right now, he still kind of has a problem with his motor, but not really. He's figured it out for the first half. I will say that. Knox is mentally locked in for the first half. Yo, what's good, Knicks Fan TV? What's good, Michael Parker? What's good, CH? What's going on? Knox was mentally locked in for the first half of the game, but somehow he couldn't finish it. I kind of feel like Knox had the Frank Ntilikina syndrome, you know what I mean? Where he saw Knox thinking in the second half. You saw Knox really thinking in the second half. He got open shots in the second half. He couldn't finish it. He got open threes in the second half. He couldn't finish. He had a nice little floor in the second half. He couldn't finish it. And he ended up only taking 6 shots in that second half. So shout out to Knox for turning this game around so far. It seems like the game is slowing down for him overall. But second half is still a problem. Yes, Knicks terrible defense the whole night. I kind of mentioned that earlier. Knicks had terrible defense all night. It was something to watch from the beginning. Even when we were scoring, we still really couldn't stop anybody. Knicks got up to like a 15-point lead in the half and still really couldn't stop the bleeding. We got too reliant on just playing offense, and the defense never picked up. And that was a lot of what was going on wrong today in today's game. Michael Parker says they wasn't checking for Knox as much in the second half. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Knox only took 6 shots in the second half in general. But in general, here's the thing. In general, the Knicks really didn't move the ball well in the second half. The Knicks really didn't move the ball well. Listen, man. Listen, Knicks fans. The Knicks really, really, really have to learn how to punch back once they get punched in the face. Knicks had a great quarter. I think they had like a 39-point quarter in the first quarter. But the Knicks really have to learn how to punch back. When it was all said and done. When it was all said and done. And the Hawks really pressured these guys, they folded. They didn't trust the offense. They stopped moving the ball. And they got into that hero ball mode. And it got really bad. It got really bad. It came into, we hope Tim Hardaway Jr. saves us. We hope Moutier saves us. We really didn't trust the offense, in my opinion. And you know what? And I praise Tim Hardaway Jr. for his patience in that Portland game. And I'm giving him some slack. I'm giving Tim Hardaway Jr. some slack because he has the plantar fasciitis in his heel. But with all that being said, he still has a problem with shot selection. And I understand. Knicks looked panicky and they were looking to Hardaway as somebody to save him. But at that point, when pressure is on the line and the defense is buckling down, the Knicks really have to kind of run the offense. And you're hoping that Fizz actually is kind of trying to implement more of an offense than what he's been doing lately. And maybe he has. Maybe the Knicks are just that young and they're not running it. Facto. So, depending on how you look at it, if you look at it as like, oh man, the Knicks lost to the lowly Hawks team. It's kind of sucking that we didn't get this win. I feel for you. I really didn't want to lose to the Hawks. I don't like losing. I'm like the David Fizdale this thing. I don't like losing to the Hawks. But the silver lining is the Knicks are tied for second for the most losses in the league. I'll say it again. Knicks are tied for second for the most losses in the league. So you start to think, all right, Zion came to the Garden the other day. If you don't like Zion, maybe it's RJ or whatever. But the development tank is in effect right now, dog. The development tank is in effect. Our road to Zion is being paved right this second. Is looking very possible that the Knicks can fall within the bottom 4. Or maybe even within the bottom 3. And catch Zion, man. That's really looking at right now. It's really looking like that. So if we're going to check the tank. We're going to check. If we're checking the tank right now, Knicks are still in. I'm surprised we're still in fifth. Knicks are sitting in fifth place. Right? Knicks also have to play the Bucks. And on top of that, the Knicks have one of the most difficult road trips or just difficult schedules out of everybody tanking right now. We're going on a 6-game road trip following this Milwaukee team. Following this Milwaukee game on Christmas Day. So if for you tank commanders out there who thinks driving a tank is the way to go, you're going to get your wish real soon. Because it's about to get rough. It's about to get really, really rough, this 6-game road trip, dog. It's really going to be interesting to see what type of team shows up. Because even with the losses that's been happening, the losses have been with the bottom feeders. The Atlantas, the Phoenix, the Cavs. These are the bottom feeders of the league. And we're losing to these guys, which is concerning. But it's also a head scratcher considering we beat the Bucks and the Celtics. And we hung in there with Portland. So you wondering, are the Knicks going to rise to the occasion? Or are they going to fall? It's really hard to see what's going to happen. And shout out to Steve Mills. I know Steve Mills was talking the ins and outs, the waves, the ebb and flows of a bad or a good team, of a young team. And right now the Knicks are a young team. And he also pointed out that Frank Ntilikina finds himself a good defender, but he still needs to find himself as a good offensive player. Now, I'll say this today. Today, Frank didn't look good on either end, dog. And I'm a Frank guy. I know you seen the game like I see the game. Today, Frank did not look good. He didn't. And you can see, actually visibly see today that Frank was visibly upset. He was visibly upset. Now, you know what? I'm going to take some of that back. Frank looked good on defense on everybody but Trae Young. Everybody but Trae Young. When Frank was on Trae Young was kind of cooking him. Young had the real low crossover dribble working, and he couldn't be stopped, and Young was cooking him for real. For real. But exactly, the refs actually killed Frank's defensive play on the other players. I feel like Frank did an admirable job guarding other guys, not named Trae Young. But again, Trae Young curved up everybody though. To be honest with you, he carved everybody. That guy is gonna be a problem. He definitely gonna be a problem. The pick and roll was the pick and roll was an issue. And it wasn't even just pick and roll. It was like dribble penetration in general was an issue. Our guards top down couldn't handle not having Trae get into the paint and causing havoc, causing open threes, causing Knicks to be out of position for rebounds, and just causing havoc in general, man. And shout out to Steve. I'm laughing reading these comments about the lady, about the ref. But whatever, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it pushing. But and it's interesting. What is also interesting today too, if you're really looking at the game and the episodes of the game, is the coaching patterns, man. The coach is seeing a new trend. Coach is seeing that we're not playing third quarter well, dog. We're not. We're not playing third quarter well. The Knicks were missed the third quarter at the beginning of the season, but they are not playing the quarter well. And it seems like the third quarter has become the third quarter of a doom once again, and we need to get that identity back. Hopefully, you can get it back. And I know the coach is peeping that and working on it, but we need the Knicks to take heed and get it together. Also, What you want to look at too is the rotation, man. The rotation. There's a couple of Knicks that's falling out of rotation right now. Trey Burke, second DNP in a row. Second DNP in a row. You kind of figured that maybe David Fizdale was trying to go with the defense, but you know he said that certain players aren't all the way out of it all the time, and you might see Trey Burke come back depending on how much Frank is struggling. You definitely can see it coming. I don't know what's up with Frank offensively. I felt like the first half he was deferring to Knox, as he should. We already know he's good at deferring because Knox had it going. The second half he got frustrated, but we need Frank to pick it up. I don't know if DMP is coming for Frank again. I don't know if that trick is going to work for Frank again when we sit him down and get his confidence back up again. But we need more from Frank. We definitely need more from Frank. And we might actually see some Trey Burke soon. I wouldn't be surprised if that starts to happen. Also, Super Mario has not been seen in Mario Land. Super Mario is DNP. Missing in action. Where is Mario? I don't know. Lance Thomas, 19 minutes. 6 points. Plus 12 on the night. 2 steals, 2 rebounds. Taking all of Mario's minutes. And if you guys are watching the game, you can see that the decline was happening before Lance even got here. Mario would start the game 4 minutes, 5 minutes, sit on the bench. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, sit on the bench. 10 minutes, sit on the bench. Second half, get no burn. Ricardo Costa is saying Mario's contract should be brought out. Man, let him ride on the paint, dog. Let it ride, dog. I ain't trying to give that guy no money. CH is saying give France 30 minutes no matter what. You can't do that, dog. You can't. Moutier is playing. Moutier is playing right now, dog. You cannot give Frank 30 minutes the way Moutier is playing. You just can't. It's not. You have to kind of reward good behavior, dog. Which leads me to the maybe Frank should go to the G League. Maybe. Get those reps in. Get that confidence up. Who knows? That should be an option. Andrew Wilson says Lance played some defense. I saw a few times he defended the pick and roll. Listen, man. You're right. You're absolutely right. And I know all these guys, including me, was like, damn, Lance is back. What's he going to do? But Lance is better than Mario. He's looking better than Mario right now. He actually hit a decent amount of shots. Really. Lance Thomas, 3 from 4 from the field, 6 points. And if you're looking at the box score, hold on a second. I know. Let's see. I'm going to try to get this to this box score real quick. If you were looking at the Lance box score, even though Lance Thomas only has 6 points, he is a plus 12, highest plus minus of everyone on the team. And that's why Lance Thomas is starting over Mario. But man, we were waiting. Dog. We waiting for Vonleh. We also waiting for Mitch Robinson to get back. Mitch Robinson is not back yet. Mitch is in a boot. He's going to miss the Christmas game. He's not back. Wait for this guy to get back. But if you're looking at the minutes distribution right now, you see the coaches going for the more versatile defender in Noah Vonleh. Noah Vonleh has 37 minutes today. I'm sorry you really can't see that right now. I'll look to adjust that. Beating Cantor out in the minutes with 24 minutes from Cantor. And Luke Cornett, after the hot start, only giving you 11 minutes, 7 points, a +1 on the mic. I like the defense that Cornett gave you, though, in his little short stint. I like that. I like Knicks Fan TV. I agree with you, dog. We should have got Rondo last year. I was definitely on the Rondo train for some, but you know what? 2 years ago, I was thinking about maybe we should have got Rondo. Definitely. This year, we just still have too many guards, dog. We still have too many guards. If we had Rondo this year, there still might be a little bit of issue with guard play and minutes. So it's still the development tank. It's a weird balance we have to be. You know what? If Frank is in the G League, that wouldn't matter. If we give him back and forth, Frank still needs reps. Fact of the matter is, too, if Rondo was here, we might not see this type of Moutier. You know what I mean? You might not have known that Moutier had the ability to give you 30 points this many times in a row. I really like the aggressiveness of Moutier today, dog. Moutier really was super ultra aggressive. Mouse in the house, posted my guy every time. Every single time. John Talento says we have to get rid of Lee's contract. I can see that. Listen, man. This Jabari Parker situation, we'll see if we end up packaging Lee and somebody else, maybe a Burke, maybe a Dotson or a second-round pick or whatever, to get Jabari Parker here so we can end up cutting him with using our team option, man. But listen. Yeah, Lee looks washed this game. I'm not gonna say Lee is washed. Lee had a pretty decent game last game. He had a bad game today. This guy hasn't played all season. I'm gonna give him a couple more games before I say Lee is washed. He had his best game of the season the last game, 12 points, shot 65%. So we'll see what Lee really has in the tank. I still think it's a chance that Lee can bring it back and hopefully have some trade value. Maybe that's just me being hopeful. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just me trying to shed some salary cap and looking for the best in Lee. But I'm really thinking that Lee can turn around. I hope so, dog. Yeah, he's not part of the plan. We know he's not part of that. And it's a loss is a loss. So it is what it is. But you know what? I'm going to take this time to also talk about my guy, Vonleh. Vonleh, I love Vonleh, dog. I love Vonleh, but Vonleh's come back to earth a little bit. Vonleh started off hot, shooting 45% from the field in this season, and it's kind of dropped a little bit. He hasn't really been hitting the three. I don't remember the number exactly. I think it's like 3 of 18 or something like that. I still love Vonleh. Vonleh is still our Draymond Green, a versatile defender. But is a correlation between, if you're looking at why the Knicks are losing, one big thing is definitely the defense, right? Because our best players right now, the guys in the starting lineup, have the second worst defensive rating in the league per 100 possessions. So that's a huge part of what's going on right now. But also what's going on is the decline of Tim Hardaway Jr. and Vonleh too. Like, Vonleh's defense has been great, but if you look at a lot of the games that we were in, I feel like Vonleh's offensive production was pretty high. Maybe higher than he's even used to. And maybe his confidence is going down a little bit. But I kind of seen Vonleh doubting that jump a little bit in that first half, opting to go inside and not hitting those little baby jumper hooks. To the point where people were kind of just leaving him for those outside shots eventually because they knew it was head fake and go, head fake and go. So, Vonleh, get your confidence back, get back in the gym. I know you were shooting 40% from earlier. I think you can continue that. And hopefully you will going forward. Jet for Life says Frank was the one who went away from Knox in the third. Fizz pulled Mud early in the third because he looked winded. Frank played the majority of the third with Knox, and Frank went to Vonleh Cantor in 10. That's a valid point. That is a valid point. At the same time, though, Knox wasn't really hitting the shots that he was getting. And I kind of feel like Knox kind of stopped moving and going to the open spots. I kind of felt like he might have been mentally fatigued as well, to be honest with you. CA said if you're not going to play Frank, send him to the G League. But my thing is Mud restricted Trey Burke. Frank is only point guard guaranteed to be back next year. Play him plush. You got to see what he is. I completely agree with you. I think the Knicks organization knows that as well, which is why Steve Mills kind of made it a point to kind of highlight the fact that the Knicks have to figure out how to get Frank Ntilikina comfortable on the offensive end. That is definitely the next step to his progression. Listen, man, we have Moutier playing well. We have Cantor playing well. To get to that next level, to that next gear, to be a winning team, you're going to have to get Frank playing well. You're going to have to get Mitch playing well. We got to see a collective people taking that next step. So we get these free agents feeling good. So we get the system going in the right direction. And I think things will start moving for us going forward, man. Definitely think so. Yo, shout out to the chat. Yo, shout out to everybody who's rocking with me. I'm rocking with no CP once again. No phone calls once again. I feel mad weird. I'm out here monologuing for mad long. But y'all guys are rocking me, so thanks for rocking with me real quick. Thank you. Also, check out the interview I did with Anthony MSG, a.k.a. Anthony Donahue. Getting a big response. Debuted that today. It's finally on YouTube. I got the expensive-ass cameras out today. Definitely check that out today. For sure. Justin Sweeney says, is Robinson okay? Or did Robinson play tonight? Now, Robinson did not play tonight. His foot is injured. He's in the boot high ankle sprain. He got a high ankle sprain for right now. And he's going to be coming with the Knicks on the road trip. But he's not going to be able to play for that Christmas game. Jay Ellis, what's your starting lineup for Thursday game on Christmas Day? Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan, for the compliment. Starting lineup. Oh, man. Here's the thing, dog. We need defense in the starting lineup. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going, but we definitely need defense in the starting lineup. I definitely feel like Enes might have to slide out again. I feel like I want to go Moutier, of course, because he's been the most consistent giving you those 30-point games. We need some defense, though. I like what Tim is doing offensively, but we need defense. So I'm hesitant to put Dotson in the starting lineup next to Moutier for some defense and having Hardaway come off the bench because I actually like how he's playing offensively. At least in that first half, I liked his patience. But I hated how Hardaway tried to take it upon himself to kind of win the game all by himself, dog. I'm not sure I'm ready to put Lance in the starting lineup yet. And Frank shooting, I don't think Frank's shooting is good enough to have him be a starting 2 guard as of right now, dog. Like, I understand that. I understand having to have Frank play defense, but his shooting is not good, which is why I'm opting for Dot right now. If Frank was actually shooting well, then I would do Frank. I would envision Frank at the 2. But right now, I'm playing my mind with Moody at the 1, Dotson at the 2, Knox at the 3. Vonleh at the 4. Maybe Cantor at the 5, or maybe try Luke at the 5. Like, here's the thing, man. And even Luke is kind of slided, man. Or maybe even Lance and Vonleh. Now, I don't like that either, dog. And this is the thing. This is why Fizz is having such a tough time right now, dog. You feel like it's a lose-lose situation. You put in somebody for offense, you're losing on defense. You put in somebody on defense, you're losing for offense. And you're left in the conundrum where there's going to be a hole somewhere. If you put in Vonleh, I might try that Lance at the 4 and Vonleh at the 5. I don't know, man. I really want Mitch back, dog, so I can try him one more time at the 5. Thanks, man. No phone calls. All me, all solo, monologuing. Thanks for rocking me for sure. I'm taking questions through the chat. Dave got a night off. Alex got the night off. If I could see your question through the chat, I will answer you, and we will talk Knicks. That's what we're doing tonight. Can we trade Fizz for Spolster? You funny. No, I'm not trading Fizz for Spolster. I'm not doing it. You know why? Fizz, man. Fizz is a finesser, dog, y'all. Fizz is a finesser. Let me tell you that. Fizz is a finesser. Fizz, for one, is good for the young guys. He is. You see what he's doing with Moutier. You see what he's doing with Knox. He is good at developing. Second, Fizz, I said this a long time ago. I feel like Fizz, when he was in high school, I think he got a lot of play, though. I feel like Fizz was getting numbers, dog. I feel like Fizz had mad women back when he was in high school, college, because Fizz knows how to talk to people. He has charisma. He knows how to attract people to him. You know what I'm saying? And he got that gift of gab. Every time this guy is in a press conference, he's saying something. He's charismatic. And that thing transfers. And I feel like something like that, if we can get a free agent in front of Fizz, he's going to romance him. He is. He's just going to romance him. And I know you guys are kind of like, some guys are kind of ditching Fizz early. And you kind of know that because it's New York. And when you don't win, you want you traded immediately. But we don't have the horses to run this race right now. We don't. We don't. It's the development tank. We're trying to develop. And guys going to have to run through the ringer. Yo, Jay Ellis, TMG the boss says, yo, Jay, let's tell me your thoughts on how bad Timmy really is. And how he actually thinks that this is his team. Dog, listen. I have mentally laid off of Tim because I found out he had plantar fasciitis. Right? The game before today, he had a pretty damn good game. 27 points, 10 for 10 from the free throw line, right? Today, the first half anyway. In the first half, at least offensively, he deferred to Knox. He had 4 assists. Actually, he led the team today in assists with 5. And he played well. I felt like he's trying to mature that side of his game. The defense, however, is still atrocious. It just is. If we switch and Trey Young on him, it's barbecue chicken all day long. And I feel like he is reverting to that hero ball at the end. I wish he didn't take those shots. I don't know if I even contribute that to Tim or just the team not cutting hard enough and trying to run the damn plays. But Tim has to be starter. I gave Tim props for being smart versus that Portland game. I wish he kind of brought it back right now and was playing smart in that fourth quarter. We don't really have guys to take shots when people get scared. I need a team not to get scared. I really do. Stefan says we miss Money Mitch. Hell yeah, dog. We miss Money Mitch, dog. We definitely miss Money Mitch. Luke has been admirable for us, but Luke is going back to the Luke I saw last season, where it's advertised that he can shoot threes well. I mean, 1 for 2 tonight, 3 for 4 overall, not bad. But I still miss Mitch, man. I still miss Mitch. I want him back. 11 minutes today. I guess the coach, yeah, Luke only got another 11 minutes today. Coach went with Vonleh because he's a versatile defender. But he played 37 minutes too. I don't know. Maybe we need more Luke today. Who knows? But I definitely want. We'll see. We'll see how Luke goes. We'll see what it is with Luke going forward, dog. We'll see what it is with Luke going forward. But shout out to the chat. Shout out to Justin Sweeney. Justin Sweeney, man. Shout out to you. He's been on the podcast before. He was one of the original guys who was on Nick and Tom show. Shout out to Justin Sweeney, man. We gotta have you back one time, dog. Ricardo Guzza says, I think we asked THJ to have a superstar role, and he is not able to do it. He's not. He really isn't. Not so far. Like I said before, I'm holding out. Offensively criticizing Tim, I'm holding out on that because of the plantar fasciitis. But I really hope his defense has to get some. His defense has to get better, dog. Just has to. He just has to. He just has to, man. Pick and roll defense is bad. Pick and roll defense is real bad. Alright, yo. I think I talked a lot. Yo, shout out to the statement games, dog. Shout out to statement games. Statement games has a Christmas game. Nah, yo, the phones. Wait. The phones do work. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if the phone work. Hold on a second. Let's see. If the phones don't work, it don't work, but we're going to try this out real quick. Let's see what's going on. Hello? Can anybody hear me on the end of that line? All right, the phone, either the phone is not working or the caller is asleep. If you want to see the phone works, go ahead, call the number in that left corner. I will try to get some callers in. If it don't work, then we're just going to talk about some statement game stuff real quick, get into the player ratings, and I'm going to see y'all ass tomorrow. But yeah, so guys, shout out to statement games. Listen, man. Statement games. Christmas Day. Statement games. We are having another giveaway. Christmas Day. Knicks versus the Bucks. Make sure you tune in and make sure you join statement games for the Knicks versus Bucks. They are giving away jersey. We're giving away a jersey. You can win any player you want, any size you want. So this is a big one. You're definitely going to want to get into this game. Jersey of your choice. I know sometimes we had a jersey, it was a little big, double XL though. And he's like, oh, it's too small, oh, it's too big. Nah. Jersey of your choice. Get what you want. Make sure can we get a Porzingis jersey and extra Dido? Yo, real talk, I'm trying to figure out how to design my own jerseys. I'm trying to figure it out. But check it out, yo. Nick says it'll be live tomorrow. It will be live tomorrow. So check Statement Games, statementgames.com. Look for the Knicks Fan TV sponsored game. Enter that game. Enter that room. And you will be able to win a jersey of your choice at any size. Alright? Now let me check these phone calls. Has anybody attempted to call me since then? Caller, anybody there? Phone call is still down. Alright, so now that we got that out the way, I guess we can get into these player ratings real quick. Real quick. Let me know, chat, what do you think? Who is our top 3 players of the game today? Let me know. This one might be a tough one. I'm not going to lie. Definitely not going to lie. There's not a lot of big gaudy numbers today. You know there's 2 people in this list for sure. But that third guy, that might be the one that you might have to look out for. That's the tricky one. That is the tricky one. So let me see. Let me get to these stats real quick. Hold up. You know what? Give me 1 second. All right. So far I know Moutier definitely has to be in there. 30-point game. Automatically makes you the guy. Automatically gets you in the conversation. Hold on a second. I'm trying to adjust real quick these stats. Also, Knox with the good first half. Not the good second half, but the good first half has to be in the conversation. For some reason, I can't really get these stats to show so well, so you're going to have to take my word for it. But Knox finishes the game, 24.6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 still very active. Moutier, 32 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound. Tim Hardaway Jr., 15 points, 5 assists. Did not take a shot in the first half. They call me Tack. Thinks the lady ref takes the 3rd spot. I might roll with you that way, dog. TMG Boss says Moutier, Knox, Thomas. I kind of like that. I kind of like the Thomas. CA says Cornet. Cornet does have a +1, but I'm not sure if he got enough minutes. So you know what? I like TMG's boss approach. I'm going to go for my 3rd star, Lance Thomas, even though he had only 6 points. He had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, +12, highest plus-minus in the game. That +12 is huge. We couldn't guard the pick and roll. Lance Thomas helped in that role a lot. And actually was decent offensively, 3 or 4 from the field. I'm going to go with Lance Thomas for that 3rd spot. I was tempted to give it to Timmy. Because I like the way he started the first half. I just like that he didn't shoot in the first half. And he recognized the situation. He recognized that Knox had it going. And he recognized that Knox, that he just know he can get his later. Vonleh, you know what? Vonleh too. You know what? I did like what Vonleh did. I like Vonleh. Vonleh had the 10 rebound stats. He had 10 rebounds, 2 assists. -11 though. 5 of 13. Didn't really shoot well. I kind of feel like he missed a couple of bunnies that could have changed the game for us. Now, I said I thought about doing Timmy, but I didn't say I was picking Timmy. The 4th quarter for me is what took Timmy out of the conversation for me. Because he took some pretty bad shots in that last quarter that took Timmy out the conversation for me, even though I liked the way he played in the first half. And I even kind of liked the way he played in the third quarter. But the fourth quarter was a big one for me. So, yeah, I'm going to go all defense. I'm going to go Lance third. I'm going to go Knox second for the great first half, even though he disappeared in the second. And I'm going to go Moody if you're recognizing that's a big boy. That's a big, big boy. He knew that Trae Young could not. That third star, I'm going with Moody. Definitely. Coach Carter says, I've been defending Fizz, but this team's defensive fundamentals are indefensibles. Listen and look, dog. You can't play what we don't have. We don't have guys who can play defense. We just don't. That's the reality of it. The only way we're going to be able to play, listen, like I said earlier, when we started off the season, the guys with the highest net rating and the best defensive acumen was that lineup when we had Frank with Tim Hardaway Jr., with Von Lay, with Mitch Robinson. Like, that was the lineup. And once that lineup was blown up, it all went downhill. And with the way Moody is playing, that lineup is gone. We need the horses. We're going to need the defenders to actually play offense to take these minutes away from the starting lineup for that to happen, man. We need players. We just need defensive players. CA says Frank played 13 minutes. How many shots did he pass up? Frank didn't really shoot that much in the first half. I think everybody was just trying to pass it to Knox. Second half, I felt like he was more trying to facilitate. He really didn't take that many shots. He only shot twice, 0 for 2 in 14 minutes. And to tell you the truth, too, the defense really ramped up for the Hawks in that second half. Knicks didn't know how to respond. Shots were really, really hard to come by, and you didn't really see a lot of Ntilikina shots in that second half. So, yeah. Coach says Fish should call in so you can give him some coaching tips, Jay Ellis. Listen, dog, I know I appreciate Fizz got a tough job, dog, man. Fizz got a tough job. Fizz has a real tough job. If he wants my advice, though, he can call in. Number is on the corner. That's for sure. 657-383-1509. Fizz, hit me up. Coach Ellis, let's do this. If y'all got any more questions, I'm about to wrap up. Thanks for rocking with me. Dolo No CP. It's the Nick of Time takeover of the post-game live show. For sure. Shout out to CP. I know he was in Madison Square Garden holding it down. I wish I could have went. But I'm hanging out with y'all. It's all good. It's all good. But shout out to y'all. Yo, and like I said, man, definitely check out the interview I had with Anthony MSG, Anthony Donahue. Been planning it for 2 months. 2 whole ass months. Actually got good ass cameras. We got to actually see what he's made of, how he got there. I think it's a pretty good interview. So definitely check that out. And also merch. Definitely check out the merch. If anybody who's buying merch, it's definitely going to help our squad. If you're a fan of the podcast that I have on YouTube, you know that we use pretty crappy cameras. And we need better cameras. So if you see the episode that we did with Anthony MSG and how good quality that is and how crisp it is, that is the vision for the show. We definitely want to get that vision cleared up and personified. We're aiming for that. So please, please, please buy some merch if you want to support the Make the Sound Show. Definitely get the merch. I'll give you a quick look right here. Definitely check out the merch. You can already see the Porzingis hat in effect. You got that. Check that for data. Hoodies for days. T-shirt, bags, phone cases, all of that. Definitely check out the merch. Also, all the links in the description, dog. All the links in the description. If you go to my description to the nickoftimeshow.com to go to the website, check out all the blogs and the articles. Also, you can check out me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links in the description. Also, if you want to hit the podcast early before it gets to YouTube, you want to hit that up. Go to Soundcloud and iTunes and check us out as well. Definitely subscribe to the channel and like. Also, if you have not already, subscribe and like to Knicks Fan TV. That's my guy, CP. Not even a year. We haven't even known each other. We're doing this going strong. Thank you, everybody, for checking. Mud merch. Yo. What merch should I do next? Let me know. Should I do Mud merch? Should I do Luke merch? Should I do Trier merch? ISO Zoe? Let me know which one to do next. ISO Zoe, Mud, Luke Cornett, or Dot. Which one should I do next, y'all? Let me know. Jet for Life says Mud merch. I guess Jeff is a Mud fan. I'm pretty sure. Yo, thanks, CH. Thanks for the shout out. I'm doing the best I can, man. I got Baker already. Actually, Baker is the highest selling shirt, dog. If you want to see the Baker one, we got the Baker one right here, dog. Baker sells. Baker goes. If you want the Baker one, go cop that. But yeah, shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to CP. Shout out to Statement Games for holding us down as well. Anti-Timmy shirts. Nah, I ain't no Nick Slander shirts here, dog. I ain't doing that. Even though I'm rooting for these guys and I have my criticism of Tim, I ain't doing that. That is funny though. Are we going live for Giannis versus Mario? I think so. We should. No days off. No doubt, yo. Thanks, Call Me Tack. No doubt. Glad you enjoyed the show. It's been real. I bring my ass to bed. Salute to the regulars. Salute to the new subscribers. Thank you. Good night. And peace.